fictional character. Who are you?
Oh, fictional character. I don't know. A fictional character. I know real people, but a fictional character?
Either somebody from Star Wars or Looney Tunes.
Oh. Han Solo.
What would you do, Han Solo or Darth Vader?
When he was Anakin?
The way the server meant irritated me, I could say Darth Vader.
Anakin or the full?
Oh, the full.
Yeah. Okay. I might want to know.
Anakin was Hayden Christensen was a horrible actor. Or the Emperor, yeah, Palpatine.
Oh, I don't even think I could be around those people. Like if it's fictional. Yeah. Yoda.
He got my nerves. I'd be like, can you just talk normal? Why do you got to put all your verbs at the beginning?
That's the mystery of it all. Although I wouldn't want to be in that underground, that little swampy place.
No.
That I wouldn't want to do. So, but I would want to talk to Bruce Banner.
Oh yeah, the Marvel characters.
Yes.
I see Marvel characters. I would want to. I think. I'd either be with. I'd either want to dinner with Black Widow or Loki.
That would bode well, because the Hulk beats up Loki.
Or Falcon.
Or Falcon. Yeah, I always liked the Incredible Hulk. Like
The original one or the Marvel one? Or the
The-
Avengers one?
the
Lou Ferrigno? Or
yeah, I would watch that show. Yeah, I just love that show. The fact that he was just this troubled character, and he was like, it's like, please don't make me angry. I don't want to be angry, and I can't control this thing. But even like the Avengers one is kind of like that. But
who's your favorite Avengers song? Was it? There was two different ones.
well,
The latest one he played most of it. Then there was whatchamacallit played him first.
who played him first? I can't even remember. Because I just go watch the story, and I saw this last Spider-Man, and I'm just like, I had to look it up because I'm just like, I don't remember the story.
So Mark Ruffalo is the one that's been playing.
Yes, that's the one. I like.
Edward Norton originally played it in 1992 or 2008.
Oh, so I don't remember him at all. So I
He
think
played originally the Incredible Hulk.
Really?
The first one he was Ed Norton.
No, I think I like the Mark Ruffalo. But Mark Ruffalo also played in what was that? What was it? Men in Black, as that alien who he played this abusive husband, but then the alien
Was that Mark?
took him over. I thought it was him. Was that him?
He's from CSI. No, not CSI.
Yeah.
Law and Order.
Yes, that's
the
it.
weird Law and Order.
Right. I love that one.
That's my least favorite Law and Order. That girl with the bird's nest hair used to get on my nerves.
She was chasing her dog. My 90-pound dog.
I believe it.
Ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
Good morning. And thanks for coming to church on this beautiful Sunday morning, August 9th, 2026. I'm Wendy DeBoard, today's service associate. Stasia Hanson, a member of our congregation, will give today's sermon on the topic, What is Mindfulness? With me is Jeffrey Maxey, our music director at the piano. Today's tech crew is led by producer, director, camera operator, Andy Gottman. And Jeffrey here has the added duty today as the audio technician.
No, that would be David. He's back there today.
Oh, okay, it's David. Banjo-less, but David, yes. We have many more volunteers helping too, with greeters in the lobby, religious education helpers for today's RE activities, and we have a crew preparing for coffee hour. Unitarian Universalism is a liberal religion that holds moral and ethical values, especially of equity, generosity, interdependence, justice, pluralism, and transformation. And we center all of those in love. We welcome everyone, as we sang in our opening song. If you are a visitor, you may notice in the pew rack in front of you a yellow card that helps us to know that we have new seekers. So please fill that out. We also welcome you who are joining us on our Toledo Unitarians YouTube channel. We hope this time serves your spirit.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, and also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I see babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll know much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Good morning. The flame of the chalice that we light in our gathering symbolizes courage and illumination and honors our search for truth and meaning. Let's all say the words for chalice lighting together. They're in our order of service as Wendy lights the flame. Our chalice has the spirit of Unitarian Universalism. We light it centered in love. May it glow with sacredness and shine for each and all. We will continue reciting with Wendy leading us in the covenant of our congregation, also included in the order of service. This is not a creed, but what we share with general agreement.
Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Now, please join in for some congregational singing. That would be number 16 in the old hymnal. The lyrics are also in the order of service, and the song is "It's a Gift to Be Simple."
Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to come down where you want to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, to be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, and we shan't be ashamed to turn, we'll be going right, turning with our mind. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we want to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, we'll be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we shan't be ashamed to turn, to plead our delight, to turn, turning we come round.
Jeannie Gatman will now share something interesting with us.
Let's hope. All right. Who knows what we have here? Everybody say ooh. Everybody say ah. Would my young friends like to come forward, and maybe someone can open the Wonder Box? Let's let our new friend open the Wonder Box today. Can you tell us what you see in the Wonder Box?
A snow globe?
It's a snow globe. Or more, I'm using it right now. Okay, everybody sit. This is more specifically a glitter globe. And this glitter globe kind of represents our brains. Because our brains are always very, 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 very busy. We're thinking about what we had for breakfast, and the toe we stubbed this morning, and what we're going to do when we get home from church. And school is starting soon, and I need to do some laundry. And maybe there's a song playing too. And that's fine. Our brains are equipped to handle all of those million, billion, jillion thoughts. But sometimes it is good for your brain to just quiet down a little bit. So that is what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about how to give our brains a little rest. Have any of you ever heard of meditation? Yes? Who can tell me what meditation is?
Meditation is where you...
Do you actually know this? Does anybody really know what meditation means?
Meditation is where you sit down, relax, and close your eyes and just think.
Yeah, you sit down, relax, close your eyes, and just try not to think, I think is really more along.
This is what I'm doing right now.
Perfect. We are going to practice how to meditate today. So everybody just sit right where you're sitting. I'm going to ask you some questions. You can answer them out loud if you want to. You don't have to. Can you have a seat, please? And if you don't want to practice meditating, that is okay. You can just watch. And grown-ups, you can practice this too. So everybody close your eyes. Can you hear anything? Can you feel anything? Can you feel how hard the floor is underneath you? Can you feel your hair against your ears? Focus for a minute on what you can feel. Can you smell anything? Maybe you can smell your shampoo. Or maybe you can smell your chapstick. Maybe you can't smell anything at all. Maybe it was a mistake to say that we could answer these questions out loud. Maybe we shouldn't do that next time. Try to make your breathing slow and regular. Maybe you can try some square breathing. Breathe in for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. Out for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. Maybe try breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, you can open your eyes. Good job, we've just meditated. Usually I can only meditate for 3 to 4 seconds before my mind starts traveling. And if that happens to you too, that is okay. You just tell your brain, nope, come back here, friend. We're sitting here quietly and meditating. And then focus on what you can feel and hear and smell. You can spend the whole time that you're meditating just bringing your brain back around to what you're doing. That is perfectly fine. That is meditation as well. So if you ever feel like you've got too much going on in your brain, maybe consider sitting still and trying some very quiet, if not silent, meditation. Are we ready? Okay.
As the children leave for their religious education time, let's sing them out with this brief tune. Peace and loving kindness, go in love, go in love. We've reached the beyond ourselves part of our spiritual practice this Sunday. And I'm thrilled to see all of you here today, given that we are competing with the Jeep Fest. I'm going to offer a pastoral prayer, so join me for a time of having our spirit open to what is beyond us. It's been another crazy week with evidence of climate change in many parts of the world, including in Spokane, Washington, and with more crazy political shenanigans, including learning that one of our Ohio congressional representatives did not want his daughter to have her little blue bunny because he wanted to get back at his wife. So there's a lot going on that weighs on us, I would say. And I want to talk about that stress, the stress that each of us carries through every day. Not just the stress of what's going on in the greater world, but the stress of caring for others, the stress of having enough money, the stress of finding good employment, the stress of having possibly enough food or of a place to sleep, the stress of worrying about whether our children will have a good future. May we take time each day to send compassion to ourselves for everything that we are going through. A couple weeks ago in the spiritual forum, Devin Fitzpatrick talked about the fact that everyone sits beside a pool of tears. And that is true of everyone, no matter how young or how old you are. You have your own pool of tears. So may we look at ourselves, see how much we're carrying, and send ourselves what we call in Buddhism loving kindness. I'm going to say a loving kindness meditation. As I do that, send these words to yourself. May I, may you, may we be healthy and free from accident and disease. May I, may you, may we be happy, free from unskillful emotions. May I, may you, may we be free from fear and open to new experiences. May I, may you, may we know joy, untouched by sorrow. We will now have our centering music. And this is a composition by our music director, Jeffrey Maxey, called Breath. Thank you, Jeffrey. That was beautiful. For our time of meditation, contemplation, and prayer, I bring words of Thich Nhat Hanh. In Plum Village, that's his monastery in France, we practice stopping every time we hear the sound of a bell, whether it is the great temple bell, the clock chiming in the dining hall, the bells of the surrounding village churches, or even the sound of the telephone. As soon as we hear the sound of the bell, we take a moment to simply stop, relax, and breathe. We come back to ourselves and to the present moment. If we are talking, we stop talking. If we are walking, we stop walking. If we are carrying something, we put it down. We return to our breathing and arrive in our body in the here and now. We relax and enjoy listening to the sound of the bell. We will now enjoy 1 minute of silence.
The reading today is The Art of Breathing from The Art of Living. They definitely go together. So mindful breathing is a wonderful way to calm the body and your feelings and to restore stillness and peace. It's not difficult to breathe mindfully. Anyone can do it, even children, as we sort of saw up here earlier. So when you breathe mindfully, you bring your whole body and mind into harmony, concentrating on the wonder of the breath. Our breathing is as beautiful as music. Breathing in, you know you are breathing in. You bring all your attention to the in-breath. As you breathe in, there is peace and harmony in your whole body. As you breathe out, you know you are breathing out. As you breathe out, there is calming, relaxation, and letting go. You allow all the muscles in your face and shoulders to relax. You don't have to force yourself to breathe in and out. You don't have to make any effort at all. You don't have to interfere with your breathing. Just allow it to take place naturally. As you breathe in and out, imagine someone playing a long note on a violin, drawing the bow back and forth across the string. The note sounds continuous. If you were to draw an image of your breath, it would look like a figure 8, not a straight line, because there is continuity as your breath flows in and out. Your breathing becomes the music itself.
Good morning. I'm Stasia Hanson. I'm a longtime member of this congregation, and I'm also a member of the Flowing Waters Sangha, and it is a privilege to speak to you this morning. This sermon is based on the teachings of the Vietnamese Buddhist Zen monk Thich Nhat Hanh. I will refer to him as Thai. Thai is a Vietnamese word that means teacher, and it is a sign of affection and respect. Thich Nhat Hanh was born in 1926, and he entered a monastery in Hue, Vietnam, when he was 16 in 1938. During almost his entire lifetime, Vietnam was at war, first against the Japanese, then against the French, and then against the Americans. Thich Nhat Hanh did not take sides in the war that we call the Vietnam War. And as a result, he was exiled from his country in 1966 and was not allowed to return until shortly before his death in 2002. This sermon is my interpretation of what I have learned from Thai's teachings. You should take it as one viewpoint on a complex subject. And you'll see a number of books on the altar that give you some sense of the complexity. So this sermon is about mindfulness. Mindfulness is a word that we hear everywhere. It's become a common buzzword. In fact, on the internet, I was able to find 36 mindfulness products on the first link I clicked on. These included skin and body products, oil and incense, and last but not least, a paint by numbers kit of cats morphing into lions and tigers. I didn't even know they still made paint by number kits. And there are, of course, mindfulness courses, mindfulness books, and mindfulness podcasts. But what is mindfulness? The American Psychological Association defines mindfulness as awareness of one's internal states and surroundings. Thai offered this explanation. The Sanskrit word for mindfulness means remember. Mindfulness means to remember to come back to the present moment. Thai's definition, remember to come back to the present moment, seems most fitting to me because we are so often not in the present moment. Our minds generate thoughts at an alarming rate, most of which pull us into the future or send us hurtling into the past, taking us out of the present and distracting us from what is in front of us. Our minds toggle between the past and the future without even stopping in the present. And we all try in some way to control these unpredictable thoughts and be present for our loved ones. But by and large, we fail, and that failing is understandable. Brain research shows that the mental pathways that are used become stronger, and those that are not used may even fade away. Let's imagine you were gifted with a younger sibling when you were 3 years old, an age when many children are jealous of having their only child status removed. Over the years, your brain has run the jealousy circuit tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of times. So it's no wonder when you're around your sibling, that feeling of jealousy comes back up. We are all caught in a web of suffering generated by our brains. Now, we have scientific research about this, but this information was developed by Siddhartha Gautama, the person we call the Buddha, or the awakened one, who lived about 2,500 years ago in the valley of the Ganges River in what we now call India. He was a prince, and the story goes that when he was a young man, he left the palace for the first time, and he was shocked and horrified by the suffering he saw. Not just death, war, famine, but anger, greed, and cruelty. So he left his home and sought to understand the nature of suffering. The Buddha concluded that everyone suffers. There are causes of suffering. Suffering can be ended, and there is a recipe or a path for ending suffering. These conclusions are called the Four Noble Truths, and the way to end suffering is called the Eightfold Path. Mindfulness, remembering to return to the present moment, is at the heart of the Eightfold Path and the teachings of the Buddha. It is at the center because it addresses the cause of suffering, what is going on in our minds. Now, Buddhism recognizes three causes of much of our mental suffering. The first is ignorance. This means ignorance of the nature of ultimate reality, which we don't have time to get into today, but it also means thinking something that's not true. How many times have we tortured ourselves with a belief that turned out not to be true? The second source of suffering is aversion. This is the innate human desire to avoid painful feelings. This means avoiding our own unpleasant emotions like anger and fear. So we've got ignorance, aversion, and the technical difficulty. And attachment. Attachment is craving. Craving for money, craving for sensual pleasures, craving for food, craving for drugs, whatever we think will bring us happiness. So we're pushing away the unpleasant, we're pulling toward the pleasurable, and then we have beliefs that are ignorant or not true. So these three factors create powerful circuit pathways in our brain, pathways that are difficult to escape. But there are many benefits for our brain from the practice of mindfulness. Recent research shows that regular meditation, which is the practice of mindfulness, can rewire the brain. It's particularly interesting that this occurs by creating new neural pathways, not by changing the actual physical structure of the brain. Meditation cultivates the calming areas of the left side of the brain, leading to connections that help break those troubling neural patterns. While scientists are just now beginning to understand how mindfulness affects the brain, the benefits have been known for thousands of years. Ty describes these benefits as the miracles of mindfulness. Some of them include to be present and able to touch deeply the blue sky, the flower, or the smile of a child. To make the other present, to make the blue sky present, the flower present, the child present. To see deeply within ourselves, to understand ourselves, and to transform ourselves. Mindfulness, remembering to come back to the present moment, leads to the end of suffering by looking deeply at our own minds, understanding the causes of our suffering, and transforming that suffering. So mindfulness is achieved through meditation. Meditation is a mind-body practice that trains your attention and awareness to achieve a mentally clear and emotionally calm state. It is a practice to detach from our discursive, ruminating thoughts. So there are two important words there: mind, body, practice. Meditation is actually exercise for the mind. And like any kind of exercise, you must practice and you must pay attention to technique. I emphasize this because most people I talk to about meditation tell me they cannot do it because their minds are too busy. And I know a lot of people are sitting there thinking, I can't meditate. Maybe you can't meditate, but you can practice meditating. So, Ty talks about the mind being like a glass of cloudy water before meditation, and a glass of water with the silt on the bottom after meditation. Allowing the silt to settle calms the mind and lets us see what has been disturbing it. There are several steps in the process of meditation. The first and maybe the most difficult step is stopping. In our culture, we learn very, very young the habit of busyness. We fill our lives with busyness. We reward those who are busy and get a lot done. Many of us even feel guilty or restless if we are not busy. However, once we stop and sit, we can feel relief from that busyness pressure. Our breathing slows, our heart rate slows, we can rest our mind and body. It's hard to stop, but start with a few minutes and build up your tolerance. You may be surprised at how joyful stopping is. The second step begins with the classic meditation technique of following your breath. Wendy read Ty's words on that technique earlier. The technique does not force you to do anything. There are many breathing practices. Some, as in yoga, involve conscious manipulation of the breath. In this form of meditation, we look at our breath and watch it rise and fall. We feel the cool air entering our nostrils, going down to our bellies, and returning to the outside. No effort is required on our part other than labeling and watching. In breath, out breath. In the practice Ty taught, we also use short poems called gatha, matching key words with the in-breath and the out-breath. Everyone who meditates loses their focus on the breath and goes back to discursive thinking. The technique is to label those thoughts thinking. Now, this is not a problem. Most people think, I failed, I'm thinking, I can't meditate, this isn't for me. Labeling the thoughts thinking is just the second part of the technique. So we watch our breath, we start thinking, we label it thinking, we go back to our breath, but that process of labeling these thoughts, thinking, it's going to come up in a few minutes. It's very important, and it's a part of the practice. So now we are going to actually do this for 2 minutes, and we will use a very short gatha. In-breath, calm, out-breath, relax. In-breath, relax, out-breath, smile. And let your face smile. It will be it will relax your facial muscles. So we will do 2 minutes of in-breath, calm, out-breath, relax, in-breath, relax, out-breath, smile. If you get lost in thought, say thinking, and just come back to in-breath, calm, out-breath, relax, in-breath, relax, out-breath, smile. I have an official timer, so we won't go over. I'm going to ring the bell when we start, and again when we end. So did that feel longer or shorter? So stopping and breathing calms the mind and relaxes the body. But the third, and that may be all you want from meditation, but the third step or part of the technique comes from looking deeply at those thoughts we've been labeling. We will begin to see that certain discursive thoughts and stories come up over and over and over again. Tara Brach, a Buddhist teacher and a licensed psychologist, calls them our top 10 hits. Some common ones are how someone is mistreating you, what you need to get done, something you are craving, mistakes you are making. As you label your thoughts, thinking, you start to see these patterns. And you may feel physical sensations associated with them, stomach distress, feelings in your chest, or you may actually feel the emotions associated with them, anger, fear, shame, whatever they are. And perhaps you can label those emotions. The technique then is to simply sit with the feeling or sensation that has come from the discursive thoughts. Tara Brach says, do not try to change the feelings you encounter in any way. Rather, just offer them a respectful, allowing presence. Ty tells us that these feelings are like crying babies, and we must treat them as a loving mother would by picking them up and checking if they are wet or hungry and holding them with love. When we give our recurring thoughts and emotions attention, they begin to dissipate. We have been doing all kinds of destructive things to avoid these feelings. But if we can make friends with them, they will subside. In truth, these are the parts of ourselves that we or others have pushed aside, buried, or condemned. And we cannot be whole until we love all parts of ourselves. We cannot be mindful when unresolved feelings are dragging us back to the past or coloring our view of the future. Learning to handle our difficult emotions, perhaps even freedom from that, is only one benefit of the practice of mindfulness. The nature of ultimate reality and the teachings of no birth, no death, are too broad to discuss today, but I hope you will investigate more on your own. So a common saying about meditation and mindfulness is that it is simple, but it is not easy. For that reason, from the beginning, the Buddha urged his followers to practice together for support. There are many ways to find support if you would like to begin meditating as a path to mindfulness. The Multi-Faith Council sponsors a Zoom meditation on Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m., led by R. Karen Christie. It is a wonderful opportunity to practice, to learn how others practice, and to learn more. And it's such a positive antidote to all that is going on in the world. Lynn Lyle, also of this church, established a Buddhist meditation group in the tradition of Thich Nhat Hanh called the Flowing Waters Sangha. It meets in person 3 times a month and also has a book discussion group once a month. Karen Christie also leads the Sangha. Deep bows to Lynn and to Karen. There are also mindfulness retreats. The Flowing Waters Sangha will offer a retreat from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the WW Knight Center on October 24th, 2026. Lunch will be provided. It is another great introduction to the practice. Our teacher will be a former nun at Thais Plum Village Monastery in France. So I urge you not to turn away with the excuse that you cannot meditate. Meditate Meditation is a mental exercise, and you can do it using the techniques we have discussed. The benefits are indescribable. In my life, I have a deep pool of tears, but with practice, mindfulness has turned my tears into refreshing rain. I hope it may do the same for you. Namaste.
Thank you, Stasia. I definitely learned a lot. And at this time, we will do the offering. So we'll pass the baskets here in the sanctuary. I think there's one right up there. So all of you, including our YouTube viewers, can also donate electronically or by mail. And thank you for being generous and for helping Unitarian Universalism thrive in Toledo. And for more congregational singing, let's sing number 1010, and that's in the teal hymnal, We Give Thanks. It's brief, so let's sing it twice.
We give thanks for this precious day, for gathered here this far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here this far away, and this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day.
So now we'll do the coming soon part of the service.
It's the coming soon part of our service where you're here what's scheduled for next Sunday. We'll give some announcements and let you know what's up for right after we leave the sanctuary.
For next Sunday's spiritual forum at 9:40 a.m. in the Fellowship Hall, Rebecca Phillips will be presenting Wild Women of the Middle Ages. So that sounds pretty darned exciting.
And at the 11 a.m. service next Sunday, we have a unknown topic by Krista Schneider. So I would definitely.
Oh dear, indeed.
I guess it's going to come out of the Wonder Box.
And our member, Julie Rutger, has invited all of us to a Back to the Wild field trip on Tuesday, August 11th. So that's this coming Tuesday. And the group will leave the church at 9 a.m., carpooling, and go to Castalia, Ohio, about an hour and 15 minutes away, and visit the Back to the Wild Wildlife Rehabilitation and Nature Center, which is operated by Julie's family. They'll see eagles, hawks, owls, vultures, and wetland mammals, which are in Back to the Wild's care. Take a sack lunch with you as the group will eat in the picnic shelter. And if you'd like to go, there's a sign-up sheet in the lobby.
August is Pride Month in Toledo, and Toledo Unitarians will march in the Pride Parade next Saturday, August 15th. Thanks to Thatcher and Lauren Getz, we will have a trailer so our people can be in the parade, and a few can ride along and not have to walk. If you like to take part, show up on Adams Street and find the trailer line. I believe the parade is at noon. Starts at noon? Yes, starts at noon. In addition, Phil Zepp plans to be watching in front of Trinity Episcopal Church, and he'd welcome fellow church members. Just be sure to get there in plenty of time. Many thanks to David Zadacki for stepping up to coordinate the Pride March.
The church is gathering contact information for everyone to be included in our church database and included in a new directory. There's a printout at the welcome table in the lobby, and if it's not there, I will find it and make sure it's there. Please check your info, mark any changes that are needed, and initial it so we know you've seen it. Access to the database and directory should be available in September.
Together Women Rise will meet here at 5:30 p.m. a week from Monday, August 17th, 2026, to support an organization in Afghanistan trying to decrease the maternal death rate by increasing the number of midwives. If you can help, bring a dish to pass, your own tableware, and a drink, and join us. If you don't know what Together Women Rise is, see me.
And also I heard that she's making, is it a chocolate chip?
Cherry.
Chocolate cherry cake?
Yes, and men are invited too.
So just throwing that out there as an enticement. So the final coming soon announcement is our invitation for you to join us in Fellowship Hall just after the service for coffee, conversation, and social time.
And we will say the silver version of the golden rule. Now for the final spiritual practice. Do not treat others in ways that you would not like to be treated. For the benediction, I offer the following. May your thoughts be wise. May your lips speak truth, your heart know love, and your hands do good works all the days of your life. Namaste.